Good evening, you guys. I was just thinking about content and the fact that I'm made a decision to produce good, valuable content to help others with. And I was thinking of the two reasons why it is taking me this long to realize my value in what I can offer others. And I wanted to tell you guys about it because it was a revelation to me that I've realized for some time now and been telling people as I get the opportunity. But I wanted to let you guys know that my issue with my name was real. It's what I would call my lie identity. It helped me create my lie identity, which I learned from Myron Golden, that it's the identity that you give yourself because of all of the pain and hurt or life experiences that were negative that associated with your identity, the things you were told that were negative. And for me, the negative thing in my life for 34 plus years was, well, actually 24 plus years, as I began to be more acquainted or try to be more acquainted with my name and like it. But that was the lie identity I developed because of the pain I felt around my name. And ever since I could remember, when I was old enough to realize that people were mean and kids were mean and people weren't kind just to be courteous, if that makes sense, that I couldn't take my name. I hated the ridicule. I hated the name calling. I hated the funny jokes that people would say about my name. And the name Dorcas, I couldn't even stand listening to. I hated it. I just hated it. And so much so that I missed the point of why I was named that. I missed the opportunity to perhaps ask a question. I missed the opportunity to explore my name more. I did know somewhat about that it was biblical. It's actually found in Acts 9:36. There's this whole story about Dorcas in the Bible in Acts 9:36. And she was a wonderful woman. And I knew that much. I also knew that she was had to be raised from the dead. So I just didn't want to have anything associating with my name. But I said all that to say this: because of all the years that I looked at the lie identity of myself, I used my lie identity to determine and pattern my life after. And that kept me constrained from so many things. And as soon as I released that, as soon as I decided to drop that as my lie identity and make it my identity, which I am in love with, as soon as that happened, it was like the world opened up. I felt that people appreciated my name more because I released my own hatred about it, and I became to trust myself and decide that my name was attached to value because it was attached to me and I was valuable. And so I'm so excited that I found that. I found my identity because I realized that I was keeping all of the value that I had within me bottled up inside. And I now realize that my identity was always there all along. My name was not my identity. My name was simply a description of who I was born to be, who I already was. And then I began to realize, oh, now I'm looking at the positives in her name, the positive attributes she carried. She was a wonderful woman, a wealthy woman, a person who was influential in life, and she gave to others and had a huge heart. And yes, she passed away and was raised from the dead by Jesus. I liken that as to my new born again identity in myself. The fact that I finally met myself and I love myself. And I realized that she was dying in the Bible, and he raised her from the dead. I was reborn. I was raised from the death in my thinking and the death in my personal identity crisis. The crisis of me not loving myself first, and to the point that I was in love with myself so that I can love others better. And when you can't love yourself good enough, it's hard for you to love others because there's no capacity. So I just wanted to let you guys know, be encouraged. You have to love yourself to build content, and you have to create the content.